Hello again, everybody. Zack Attack is here with my Wall 1000 review for the night, July 23rd, 2012, historic night for WWE. We're getting down the matches. Yeah, for 3 hour Wall, permanent or not, we'd have only 5 matches, but you know what? It was very exciting. We had a lot of talk about moments, including the ending with a heel turn. Something I did not expect. And the ending of the main event was what I predicted, but not exactly. But there you go with my overall thoughts on Raw. But now it's time for my Raw review, starting off with our very first segment, which involved Vince McMahon saying, "Welcome to Monday Night Raw, 3 hour Raw, yada yada yada." And man, I was marking out all night long to Raw, and I was marking out a lot, especially beginning with DGeneration X, Shawn Michaels and Triple H coming out. And I mentioned this on my attack one today. In my Raw review last week, I said it. It's not, I didn't want just the 2DX. I wanted the DX. The classic, vintage DX. With Road Dogg, HBK, Triple H, and X-Pac and Badass. When Triple H and Shawn came out about to do the DX chop, but Triple H interrupted and said, "Well, Shawn, we're missing something. Wasn't there more of us?" Well, that was the cue. And I marked the fuck out when Road Dogg and X-Pac and Badass all came out. The DX reunion with Shawn and Triple H in the ring. And I was like, wow, I haven't seen these guys together since I think the last DX reunion was like 2000 with the DX, not just Shawn and Triple H. So they came out. My only quip was the fact that Road Dogg had like walk said ass doing his promo tonight. Yeah, you can let Road Dogg said badass Billy Gunn. What the fuck? Because as you play Billy Gunn, we did the ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, shit of all ages. And they were having a little fun, although they didn't say welcome to the doghouse. And they were arguing about who's going to do the famous, if you ain't down with that, we got 2 words for you line. Shawn and Billy Gunn were arguing. While they were arguing, here comes Damien Sandow, the sacrificial lamb, or as he calls himself, the martyr. He was indeed a martyr. He got his butt whipped. He got his sweet chin music and a pedigree. I thought a Funko Puzzle was going to come in, but indeed. And then Billy delivered that famous phrase, "You ain't down with that? We got 2 words for you. Suck it." First of many legends coming back. Now on our first match, a 6-man tag involving the returning Rey Mysterio teaming up with, yes, I'm not kidding, Sin Cara, and also the World Heavyweight Champion Sheamus. They teamed up against Chris Jericho, the Money in the Bank Dolph Ziggler, and also Alberto Del Rio. The match was okay with a 6-man tag, and everyone's thought was like, why is Dolph Ziggler teaming up with Jericho? You saw what happened last week. Well, indeed, Jericho did get sucker punched by Dolph Ziggler, and Jericho got rope kicked for his efforts in the 6-man tag. Of course, Ziggler costed him. I mentioned last week I predict that Ziggler was going to face Jericho at SummerSlam. I'm predicting that. So there you go. Sheamus and his team wins. Thanks to Dolph Ziggler costing his own team the victory by putting his ego in front of the team and punching out Chris Jericho. Some decent spots in this match. Like I said, it was okay matchup to begin. Raw 1000. So there you go. Now, we had a lot of legends returning tonight. I mentioned on my attack line, I was like, where's Trish? Well, and Lita. Well, Trish showed up parading with Triple H, trying to parody the infamous incident with Stephanie caught him in a wrestling hall where she thought was sexual. The ex was the one making some sexual innuendo references. Hell, we even saw Mae Young with the hand. Oh, God. That was sick. Now it's time for our next match, which was the only squash of the evening. The good news, we didn't have a Divas match. Only a Ryback squash, but we had a Borders Clay squash. against Jack Swagger. Went through Love at ringside. No, we didn't see Mankind or Cactus Jack. We got to see D Love. But anyway, Brodus Clay defeated Jack Swagger faster than you can say winning. We're mentioning Charlie Sheen. Anyway, Boys got the victory. Very quick match against Jack Swagger. Let's move on with our next segment, which was the wedding. You can see Punk's ex-love, love woman, AJ and Daniel Bryan, two people signed by Reverend Slick. Probably the only one who know who he is. I'm singing the song Jive So Blow. I Jive So Blow. That's like we old school. It's Slick. But these people don't know who he is. Like people who lived mostly in the 90s don't know anybody from the 80s like I do. And the Doctor of Style. And he's a weapon too. That was his other gimmick. Anyway, Slick came out that ministered the wedding between Daniel Bryan and AJ. No flower girl, just them coming out. Then did the whole like, we're gathered here today, and will anybody come out to object and forever hold their peace? Well, I thought CM Punk was going to come out. Well, he did, but after the wedding. Anyway, Punk did not come out. Like I said, Bryan said his yes, and AJ said yes. But then she said, I said yes, not to you, Bryan, to somebody else. Then McMahon came out again and said, well, we're going to have a new Raw GM. AJ! Wait. I'm sorry. I know if it was AJ thing. Maybe that's why she was saying yes the whole time. Maybe she knew that she was going to be Raw GM and kept saying yes all the time. We thought she was saying yes because she was with Daniel Bryan. She was saying yes for being Raw GM. That's weird. Having AJ as Raw GM, that's kind of stupid, you know. But let me say this. To everybody complaining, let me say this. AJ can't be any worse than Mike Adamle, right? She'd be better than Mike Adamle. Anyway, so there you go. And Bryan was all in a rage. He was in a rage after AJ dumped him at the altar. And at least I was right on one prediction. I was half right on my prediction. I thought someone was going to interrupt the wedding. No one did. But I was right on one thing. The wedding did not have a fairy tale ending. With AJ dumping Bryan at the altar. So I saw Bryan venting in the ring, getting all mad. And here comes CM Punk coming out. And he was talking to Bryan about getting dumped at the altar. And Bryan was all mad. He said he's the best in the world and the greatest superstar of all time. Well, here comes The Rock coming out to retort. So, there you go. Rock coming out, talking about things and making somewhat of a big announcement. So, Rock made a big announcement saying that whoever's champion, no matter who it is, will defend the WWE Championship against The Rock at the Royal Rumble in January. Because The Rock said he wanted a shot at the WWE Champion where he is at the Royal Rumble. Possibly teasing a Punk thing, which was confronting Punk. Well, as you saw at the end of the night, indeed, Rock Punk could be in the mix. So there you go, Rock was taunting Punk. But Rock said, yay, Bryan, Oompa Loompa. This wasn't Rock's best promo. Like I was like, where's the comedic Rock? Where it came out for little blips with Oompa Loompa. But it was an okay promo, not his best. He had better promos when he was living against Cena, but he did deliver something to Daniel Bryan, a rock bottom to Mr. Bryan. So there you go, Rock's wrestling in the Royal Rumble against the WWE Champion, whoever that will be. And if it is Punk, he will be champion for at least a year in 2 months. So there you go. With that segment, on with our next event, our next match, which was for the Intercontinental Championship, as another legend appeared. Bret the Hitman Hart was the guest announcer to announce Christian will be defending his IC Championship against a man that Bret Hart defeated for the United States Championship 2 years ago, The Miz. Now the match was okay. Christian kind of tweaked his knee, storyline or not, doing a high-risk move. Miz focused on the knee. It was an okay matchup. Christian tried fighting through the knee, changing a spear. the Christmas crime for the kill switch. But of course, in the end, Miz countered the kill switch to the skull crushing finale. 1, 2, 3. Miz is your new IC champion. We can have a Raw 1000 without a new champion. So there you go. Miz is your new IC champion, trying to make the comeback after being demoted for the last year, ever since losing the WWE Championship. Now Miz is on the comeback track. He came back at Money in the Bank, and now he's the IC champion. I think Miz is now a new Triple Crown winner, or at least a Grand Slam winner now. He's won every title but the War title. So he's won the WWE Championship, Tag, US, and IC. So he's won 4 out of 5 main titles, almost Grand Slam. So there you go with Miz, defeating Christian, new IC champion. Now, like I said, we had a lot of segments tonight. And we had Triple H coming back out for a segment. Fun time was over. This wasn't about DX. It was about Brock Lesnar and SummerSlam. As promised, Brock Lesnar appeared. Well, Paul Heyman did at least. To say no yet again to Triple H. But eventually it was his wife who goaded Mr. Heyman to saying yes to Triple H's challenge with a big slap to the face of Heyman after Triple H's children were mentioned again by Heyman. And here comes Lesnar, getting into a little brawl with Triple H, ending with Triple H clotheslining Lesnar over the top rope. So now it's official, as we all know now, Triple H against Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. So there you go with that. But see what happens in that match with Triple H and Lesnar at SummerSlam. We could have another match for SummerSlam too. Throughout the evening, you saw Charlie Sheen, the media ambassador. I thought he was canceled after he canceled his Twitter, but he still was a social media ambassador. He appeared throughout the evening and even taunted Daniel Bryan. Who knows? Maybe Charlie would be at SummerSlam to fight Daniel Bryan? Who knows? I hope no, but maybe a yes. Because it is LA, you know. Now, on to our next match, which was the punching bag. Wendy's. Okay. The one-man gang. Heath Slater challenging any legend. We've seen a lot of them backstage. Except for one, which I will comment about after our main event. So he challenged anybody. Well, it was a woman. I mentioned about Trish being backstage. Well, we had Lita showing up. And she had a bunch of legends coming out, including the APA, Bradshaw and Ron Simmons, aka Farouk, and all the legends have squashed Heath Slater in the last couple weeks. Diamond Dallas Page, Roy Animal, Rikishi, Doink, Bob Backlund, Vader, Roddy Piper. It was like a silly match, no DQ match, a lot of legends interfered. But it was Lita delivering the twist of fate and a moonsault on Heath, 1, 2, 3. And it goes and ended with, well, Ron Simmons saying, damn! Hate to see that much. But I marked out when Lita came out. I also kind of marked when I saw Sean Mooney came out as a backstage. Wow. People, I bet you everyone was like, who the hell is Sean Mooney? So, it was great to see Mooney and Howard Finkel showing up tonight. You know, they showed up, but one guy didn't. So, stupid. Like I said, talk about him after I get to our main event. Now, on to our next match. Well, kind of a segment, per se. As Kane came out to take on Jinder Mahal, but he had all these Jabba guys. You know, Drew McIntyre, Humacho, Hunico. And I was like, I've seen a lot of legends thus far. I've seen The Rock, I've seen Bret Hart, I've seen all these people. Where's the dead man? I heard he was showing up. Well, indeed, Jericho showed up, still with the little mohawk from WrestleMania. And the Brothers of Destruction reunited, squashing everybody in its path. With a double choke slam and a double tombstone, kind of a segment, but it was cool to see Taker back for one night. And probably will go away again until next Mania. So there you go. Brothers of Destruction reunite. And indeed, Jinder Mahal, rest in peace, Jabba. Anyway, on to our next match, our main event for the WWE Championship. John Cena versus CM Punk. Rock confronted both He confronted Punk, and he talked to Cena backstage as well. With Zack Ryder, at least Ryder was on Raw, but this, he wasn't in the match. Anyway, Cena and Punk, decent matchup. Not as good as the other matches, but still pretty good. It was kind of back and forth, Punk and Cena, back and forth action. Cena had control, Punk had control. And Cena had control going. He was about to deliver the FU on Punk, but as I predicted, something happened. I said in my preview on the attack, and I said something's going to happen. Someone's going to interfere. Like something silly's going to happen. Well, it did. Cena FU Punk, the referee was knocked out. And then here comes the Big Show. Beat him crap out of Cena. And Cena got knocked out by Big Show. Punk, who was at this point still, let me say that again, still a face at this point, was relented to pin Cena. He was relenting to pin Cena because he was still a face and not wanting a cheap win. So he pinned Cena, but it gave Cena enough time to get up and recover and kick out. And Cena was about to get a golden sleep by Punk, but then he counted to the SCFU. The Big Show got back up and attacked Cena again, causing, yes, a disqualification. So half my prediction was right, that some silly was going to happen, and Cena and Punk would be in no contest like a disqualification thing. But no AJ coming out to declare a rematch for SummerSlam. So Big Show beat the crap out of Cena, but Punk was not going to help. Punk was not helping. It seemed that Punk was favoring his injuries in the match as an excuse for not attacking Cena or helping Cena. But here comes The Rock, coming out to attack the Big Show. It was about to deliver the people's elbow to Big Show, but then Punk clotheslined The Rock. Punk is heel again, apparently. Because Punk was, maybe he was faking the whole relenting thing, but he indeed cashed in on trying to pin Cena after a cheap attack by the Big Show. But then we all thought Punk was not helping Cena because of his injuries, or you know why he was not helping Cena. He walked out as a heel. He attacked The Rock, of course, sending a message. I mentioned Rock is challenging whoever is champion at the Royal Rumble, teasing a possible match with Punk. Well, indeed, Punk delivered. We all know Punk's been attacking The Rock on Twitter. And now Punk is probably going to face The Rock at Royal Rumble. He, like I said, calls on The Rock and ending Raw with Punk walking out. And unfortunately, no Austin. Wow. It's like you had all these people showing up. Rock showing up, Taker. No Austin? You cannot be kidding me. Yet, JR. You cannot have a monumental Raw without probably one of the most influential superstars in history, Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's stupid. Austin didn't show up. But maybe he was mad because his spot was spoiled by World War Animal. Because Animal kind of let loose. They were supposed to stun Heath Slater. So maybe he was mad at Animal for leaking it out of his spot or whatever. Who knows the truth, but Austin didn't show up. Kind of a minor disappointment. But indeed, we end Raw with a new IC champion, a new GM, and a new heel against CM Punk. And a possible feud starting with Punk and Rock, possibly for the Royal Rumble. So, when it comes to wrestling, not a lot of action, but indeed, when it comes to segments and exciting for Raw 1000, indeed, it delivered on that. Great, shock-worthy moments, including Punk turning heel. That's the big summer storyline of Teasing. So, Punk's heel again. We'll probably find out more on episode 1001. That is it for the WWE Raw 1000 review. See you all later. Stand by, you've been attacked by the review from Zach. Thank you very much. See you all later, yeah.